Do they seriously not have any kind of interaction? Ah. Oh, Crystron. Very nice. This is probably worth a negate. Try tuning now. I would have just forced out Masquerena by this point. Oh, I forgot. It's 2,800, not... Oops. I feel like an idiot. God damn it. While they live. Ah, right, this also protects them from battle. Oh my god, I feel stupid. I am literally the biggest moron right now. I read the fucking card. Ugh. I don't know what that's gonna do. I don't even know why you can activate it. Whatever. What are they waiting for? Yeah. I'm learning the matchup. I'm more worried about the Kashtira aspect of their deck than fuck me. We're both playing board breakers. Fuck. And the burst for good measure. Hmm. Let's just try to get this. That's very unsurprising. Could have alternatively used Rose Dragon, but we were out and they still had follow-up. And we lose either way. Yeah, that's very unsurprising. I need to take those two out. No offense, but trying to win here. You two. This is still anyone's game. Post sideboard. Them going second. Or you know, I brick. And they just win now. I'm not dealing with Fenrir. Alright, they special summon, which means they're always gonna be able to synchro. Well, that's all I got. That's why I would have preferred card buying. Since that card does everything. We're just gonna Cyber End Dragon now. For some bullshit. I mean, considering the board state, it's gonna be more than enough. I love that this card is seeing play. That's not gonna do anything. It doesn't matter if I'm able to do a board wipe here. Because they have so many graveyard effects. I wanna fucking just suck Kashtira's cock if I'm gonna die. God damn it. Let me try Pure Ryzeal.
My second wallet?
The meta tyrant or it's the worst card in the game.
Okay.
I feel like there's no in between. And like maybe it is just the meta tyrant. Like, is it really just that simple? Like you just have tokens, your opponent just does the damage for you at a loss?
I don't know.
Just shotgun
That's
this
insane.
and hope for the best.
I'm good.
Would this be Hearthstone playable?
I would have to think
This
about
seems like a
how
The
Hearthstone
60
deck.
card
I mean, like,
pile, that's how
all
you
these
know we're
mechanics are
playing
pretty
some
straightforward.
batshit
Yeah,
crazy
the only
combo.
issue is like mechanically, there's no way for you to take damage on your own from your opponent's minions.
Oh, right, because when
Unless
your
there's, like-
minions attack, it doesn't come out of your health.
Okay, they had
That's
to.
right.
It'd be like it'd have to be like a very specific line of text. to have
Sure,
that.
sure. We'll say it's like,
so I don't.
say there's like, it's if your
Oh,
minions take
God.
damage, instead of like, your health taking damage.
Oh,
right?
this would be disgusting. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be. If like I don't even need to have the burglars, right? If my minion just took damage, it'd be
I
over.
changed my mind, I don't
It'd be
want you
free.
to
It'd be
play
like
the game
fucking,
anymore.
let's deal with Exodia all over again. I mean, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it. I can see this being good.
Okay.
Like, again, it's either the best card or the worst card. I'm still leaning towards this. Just I'm going to go for the worst card. Like, I just don't. There's no way. This
Oh.
is, like it's too easy. It's too good to be true. You're scamming me. Final answer.
You ready for me to blow your mind?
Is it actually like a tier 1 deck?
What if I
It's
told
fucking
you this
amazing.
was a tier 1 deck?
Alright, that face
I
down
don't-
is
I disagree
fucking
with you at all. Like,
ridiculous.
It was 100% real.
Well, I'm totally fucking with you. This card sucks.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I'm glad I said at the start it's either the best card or it's the worst card in the game. There's no like in between.
This is like it's another gimmick deck where it's like, yeah, you go into Master Duel or something. Jackpot 7's a relatively newer card. Dark
Just
Scorpion
need to
Burglars
chain
and
block, although
Inspire
if they
are
have
older
an
cards, as a matter of
imperm,
fact.
then it won't
So,
really matter.
Jackpot 7 came out. People figured out this combo. It's not that hard to do, in all honesty. It's pretty, like you said, it's pretty straightforward. The problem is, I think it just came out too late, if I'm being honest. Like, I think if this came out earlier, it may have been way more viable. But Jackpot 7, when the hell did Jackpot 7 come out? Let me quickly- This card came out in 2014. So we're like maybe
okay.
at this point. Like there's so much more going on at this point that, yeah, it's a very cute gimmick deck that you can play, but you're also sort of all in on this strategy. There isn't like an alternate thing you can really be doing here. It's kind of like, if you do the thing, cool. If not, that's kind of like a similar trend across all these decks. Like they don't have like an alternate like win con, essentially. But it's very cute. It's very cute. It's
I
very
just
fun.
realized.
It's
this
very
thing's still a
clippable when
threat.
it does happen. And,
Wait, can they
it's
do it in
that's
the
a fun card.
graveyard
Like,
as well?
This, I will give you some credit. This seems like, out of all the win conditions I've shown you, this seems so easy, right? Like, on paper, you read this, and it's like, this is like one of those things you brew, and you're like, I swear I can find a way to break this card. And people have always felt that way about Jackpot 7. Unfortunately, it's just like, it never really got there, which is kind of sad because it's a very funny card. But
It's like it just seems easier than Exodia. I don't know why. Like,
sure.
it
No,
just
I mean,
seems
like,
so
if
possible.
you open Burglar, She and Spy, and one of the token producers, you literally win the game immediately. Because you just go, Burglars,
Yeah, there it
Spy,
is.
give them the thing, summon your 3 tokens, attack, 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 game's over, you literally win the duel. That's all it takes. It's like, it seems so easy, but the problem is, it's just, you need to have the cards, and your opponent can interact with you, right? So the problem is, like, they can have stuff to stop you from attacking. They can have a myriad of different things. So it's just, it's very simple and easy, but when you're actually having to interact with the opponent compared to Hearthstone, where, like, you can kind of just do whatever when it's your turn, a lot more difficult, it turns out. But very fun card. Only a couple left. You might remember this card, as a matter of fact. I haven't shown it to you before, but you may have seen it.
Flying Element. I don't remember it at all. Once per opponent's turn, if this card would be destroyed by their card effect, it's not destroyed. Once per turn during the end phase, if that effect was applied this turn, apply the following effect. During your next turn, if this card inflicts battle damage to your opponents. Oh, I remember this card! Yeah, if it inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct aiming you with a duel.
What do you remember it
Yeah,
from?
what, did you show me this or did Stevie show me this? I remember something. I remember seeing that line of text. I'm having the flashback.
Okay, well, I'll give you...
Tulong para alaga.
I need immunity. Or do I? Let's out Mary Jade first before anything else. This is our one-off. It's too tempting for them not to do it. They knew about the remaining cards I had in hand.
Well, I'll give you some help. This is actually from the anime, as a matter of fact, since you did watch the first season.
Oh, is that what it is?
This is the card that Pegasus, when he called over a kid to beat Bandit Keith in like that flashback where why Bandit Keith has like his grudge. This is the card. They ended up printing it as a real card like way later in Yu-Gi-Oh's history.
Can I be honest? That fucking scene is so fucking funny.
It is.
That is a priceless scene to me. Okay.
So this is that card. Like it's the exact artwork too, which is really cool.
Seems to be a common thing though. If a card is from the anime, they don't seem to be very good.
Depends on the card.
No,
Pot of Greed's in the anime.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, you're right. Okay,
And everyone's
that's
playing
not
it.
much. I shouldn't follow that. Once per opponent's turn, if this card would be destroyed by their card effect, it is not destroyed.
Yeah,
Once
that's
per
like
turn
Divine
during
Shield,
end
that
phase.
first one. Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's actually good, maybe even better. I guess it's like, it works for monsters effects too, right?
It's anything that would destroy it. Yeah, monster, spell, trap, and also it's Divine Shield that comes back every single opponent's turn. So,
That's fair.
if it sticks around. Yeah.
Can you give me the example of like, if this effect was applied this turn, what does that mean?
So it's saying that you can't attack directly and win the duel if it didn't protect itself from being destroyed once prior to that. That's what it's saying.
Okay.
So, like, if the first thing doesn't happen, you can't use the bullet point effect to win. So your opponent has to do something to try to destroy this. Then your turn comes around, and you have to attack directly to win to be able to win it.
So basically, like, if your opponent doesn't have 2 removals, like, they never interact with this card until they can actually murder it.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
you gave me this weird, like, combination from the previous example, which is, what if I just give my opponent the burglars and I spy it over, and then I just use the elephant to kill it?
They couldn't get Brandon.
Inflict the battle damage. Like, you can give your opponent a minion that you can swing into to actually inflict the battle damage.
Sure, or if they have no
So-
minions, you just hit them directly anyway.
That's
Or
also
there
fair,
are
but-
cards that can make things attack directly, so that.
Is that good enough? So that requires your opponent to be like, hey, I'm going to interact with this, but I'm not going to kill it. That also requires your opponent to, like, understand that they're probably going to die. I feel like if they're... But then I guess it your opponent in a weird spot where it's like, if they don't interact with it, like, it's just kind of there, hanging. I mean, like, there's no way, right? The win conditions in this game are so weird, or I guess these ones, because, like, again, this one just looks so easy. Like, how is
It's
this
all in
not-
one card. It's all in one card.
Exactly, you have this, you literally gave me, I don't know if that was intentional, you literally gave me, like, a potential set of points.
Would I actually take the time to curate something like that? I don't know.
Yes, I think you would. Yes, all of us are sick, and we like to make suffer. Yes, you absolutely would. I think this is fine. I don't know, like, am I really gonna rely on my opponent to, like, interact with this in a way that doesn't, like, no? Like, is that a win condition? Like,
Unless there's a way to, like, force them.
I mean, bro, like, we're at Disney at this point, and then, like, I think we're going to.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Is that Mickey Mouse in the background? Who was that? I'm gonna go with it's not playable.
My flying elephant!
It literally doesn't matter what I play, doesn't it?
Okay, definitely not playable. That's straight up Mickey. There's no way. There's no way.
I don't answer.
I'm gonna go with not. I'm gonna go with not playable. Yeah, final answer.
I don't answer. Yeah, you're right. This card's not playable. Yeah, okay. It's like you figured out. Why would your opponent
Oh no,
purposely
Fred the
give
Plant,
you
the crushed
the ability
propeller.
to, like, trigger this so
Whatever
that they
will I
have the
do?
potential to be so they can attack it? There are, like, maybe a few
Nothing, because I don't have anything.
effects that, like, require things to be destroyed, I guess, but, like, aside from that, like, I can't really think of, like, many instances. There are, like, if you look up, there are some combo decks. You can set this up that there is a way
You're not
that
even
your
playing
opponent
into
has an
Nib.
effect that would destroy this, and then you can protect it. But the amount of hoops you have to jump through for this, when you can do, like, anything else in Yu-Gi-Oh!, is insane. So, I just don't know why you would even bother. This is mainly just, this was a card in the anime, they thought it'd be fun to print it, and it's very cute. So it's something that you look at and you're like, huh, is there something here? And there's not, shocker. But, you know, like you said, anything in the anime is typically, not particularly good.
It's not good.
Not particularly good.
Yeah, I just think, like, relying on my opponent is not something I do.
Yeah. I'd say that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd say that's fair. Alright, only a couple left. I got 2 left for you here. We're actually gonna look at some Xyz monsters here. I think you remember how this works. This one's pretty straightforward.
Number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. 3 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, you have no cards in your spell and trap card zone. Attach 1 XYZ material to this card, making you 1 destiny counter on this card. Not conduct battle phase this turn if you activate this effect. 3 destiny counter on this card you can withdraw. Oh, I was gonna say, can you do that more than once per turn? Because then, yeah, like, it just win the game, but yeah, it's literally the first sentence is once per turn. Okay. If you, hold on, and with 3 destiny counter on it, Is there a way for you to get other Destiny counters on this card? Besides removing them?
For the purposes of this, I will say no.
So this is just like 3 turns, and then you just win the game.
Correct. You're basically putting your opponent on a 3-turn clock.
God, I think it's garbage.
You didn't sound super confident, though.
I'm sitting. I'm looking. I'm just rereading through the cards. You can't have any spell and trap cards.
Oh, they do have branded fusion. Okay. I was gonna say, do they actually just not have branded
when you
fusion? Big
activate
brain
this
play.
effect-
Oh my god, thank
Yeah, but,
god.
I don't
Unfortunately,
like
it
that
doesn't
because then
fucking do anything.
You're preemptively you can't set up anything, right? I guess you could
Sure you can.
do it after.
Yeah, just exactly. Or, like, hypothetically, right, you stick him.
Because
you
we have
no
a
spell
Red
traps
Plant
on
Drago Stapella.
detach to put a Destiny counter on him, right? So now he's at 1. You set a
Strapelia.
back row or 2, and then during your opponent's turn,
Just
they
activate
start
it.
doing
I
stuff.
lose.
If you activate your 2 back row to, like, stop them or whatever, next turn you have no back row again, right? So you can still play spells and traps. It's just when you use that effect, you can't have it.
That's fair. I just feel like. Hold on, I'm trying to think of there's a Hearthstone card that's a good example.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Where it's like it's so specific. I'm trying to think of. I can't think of the card. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me. It's more just like you have to play so narrow for this to be good.
Okay.
So you're right. You could make it so like you don't have any spell and trap cards at the time, right? But then let's say you want to hold a trap card that you've already placed, and then now you have to think about, do I want to use this or do I want to miss a turn? There's a good example of this is like there's a quest from Sabers of Ulda for Druid, which says if you don't use all your mana, you progress through your quest by 1 turn. Then there's this game of like, yeah, I don't have to spend all my mana to progress my quest, but then I'm falling behind on tempo. Now, I don't know if it really translates 1-to-1 to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of just how the games are played.
Sure, I see what
But,
you're saying.
If you don't match tempo, they're like that could just falter to aggro. Like you just lose the game if you don't spend all your mana.
Okay.
So then it's like, do you want to do that? Yeah, you can, but like it could just lose the game. It's also matchup dependent, so you'd have to make a decision there. But I don't know how well that translates up to you. I mean, spells and trap cards seem like they're so good. But I guess if it's easy enough, then that's not really a problem for a card like this. Then you can detach 1 XYZ monster once per turn, so you do put your opponent on 3
Please
clock. You
don't
also
have
can-
draw.
I mean, you can if this dies, it's like whatever. Like you just move on, I guess. Like this is no longer a win condition. Okay, so in reality, it's like, is this likely to live 3 turns?
That's a great question.
In a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! After all the shit I've seen.
Technically,
This card
it's
is not-
2, right? Because you can use it the turn you summon it. So it's like, it already is going to have 1 Destiny counter on it the turn you play it, so you really only have to have it survive 2 full turns if you think of that.
In a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, you could 5-head it too. Okay, hold on. You go like Giga Brain here.
It's cooking.
You
Okay.
play this. You play this, and then you spy into your. No, you can't. Hold on, because the spy's only for the turn, right? Fuck. Okay.
Oh my
So,
god.
like, you spy.
You're really trying to cook with that.
No, I think this. I can't do this. Like I can make like if there's no better win condition, sure. But like there's no fucking way. There's nothing better you could be doing. And like your opponent has infinite removal at this point in time, right? So like there's no way. There's no way this is living.
Final answer?
By the way you said that makes me answer.
Gimmick
Yes.
puppets were an absolute menace throughout Yu-Gi-Oh!
Really?
But that's because they had other support that gave them an actual FTK that was not this. You were correct. This card's not correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Having this thing survive multiple turns, especially when you need to play the game of like balancing having back row versus not having back row if you want to put Destiny counters on it, it's pretty difficult. I cannot think of any example competitively where this card was ever played, aside from like other reasons you would play it that I'm not going to get into, but you wouldn't play it for the effect, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
right, I was
there's, like, other
supposed to.
reasons.
Well, they didn't have the nib, so it didn't matter.
Cool card. Funny enough, I realized there's only like 1 printing or like 2 printings of this card when I was like picking it out of the cards for this. Didn't know that. So it's kind of an old card that has like very just like a random fact, but yeah, like not very good. Gimmick Puppet though, actually very recently, at the time of recording, it's like the past couple of years, they printed some insanely broken support for that deck. And it had an FTK, which could just kill the opponent on the first turn and not have to worry about this you win the duel bullshit. And then they got a bunch of cards hit on the ban list, and so now no one plays it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last but not least, this card has been highly requested to be shown to you, so I cannot wait to see your reaction to this one.
Oh, what is this? What kind of card is this? Oh my god. What is that number? IC that 1000?
Yep.
I think that's an I before the C, right?
Yep.
Ornia? Is
Yep.
that how you say that?
Sure. Me It's me.
Infinite fucking stars. What is this thing? We'll never know. 5 level 13 monsters. Holy shit. If this card is special summoned by the effect of number C1000 numerous, it gains 100,000 attack and defense during opponent's turn only. Also apply the following effects from the start of the next turn after this card was special summoned. Monsters your opponent controls must attack this card. If able.
This is the highest ceiling end board I can think of for pure
This card
Izio.
did not battle, you win the duel.
The thing is, I'm really not sure it's worth it.
This card negates the attack and light points equal that monster's attack. I'm sorry, what the absolute fuck am I looking at here? How do you get this on the board?
Funny you should ask, Raren. Funny you should ask. Here you go.
Oh great, there's another one. What the fuck is this? Wait,
They probably have more cards, right? I don't know.
IC1000. This is just the C1000.
Sure, let's
This requires
fucking
5
negate
level.
it.
Oh god, are you about to show me like 20 cards in a row here just to get to the
No,
top
just
board?
these two. Just these two.
Okay, 5 level 12 monsters. Once per turn, quick effect. You detach one material for this card, destroy one other monster on the field. At the end of the battle phase, destroy as many other monsters on the field as possible, min 1. And you can special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to your field in defense position. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, well, it has material sent to the graveyard, you can special summon the IC1000. Your extra deck, and if you do, attach this card as material. Okay, but like, how do you summon this card?
It says
Like
5 level 12 monsters.
Oh, just have the 5 level 12
Yeah,
monsters.
just have the 5 level 12 monsters. What are you worried about?
Oh! No, but actually though, like how do you get 5 level 12 monsters?
That's Yu-Gi-Oh,
Missing
baby.
something.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby.
I literally do not know what the fuck.
This is
what?
Yu-Gi-Oh, my friend.
Okay, so I'm gonna base this on the fact that you can do this. I'm gonna just start with there, okay?
Okay.
If you give me the review and say this card is not plausible in any situation because getting 5 level 12 monsters is just like impossible, I literally have a call. We'll go with the fact that this is possible.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in a world where you get IC1000,
Okay.
100,000 attack and defense means if any opponent monster swings in, like unless like they have a very specific circumstance where they're immune, or they have that much life, they are dead.
Okay.
So no matter what happens, if your opponent can't attack, they lose, and if they attack, they lose. That's pretty much it. I don't really know what you would want for like when your opponent's monster declares an attack. Like why would I want to detach when I can just win the game? I don't really see it unless it's like if this monster deals damage to your opponent, they lose. I don't know, like something along those lines maybe, but I'm not really sure. I guess if they have a way to basically go around this, then you'd use that effect. I guess that's what.
That's stupid.
That's pretty good.
That is ridiculously stupid.
It's a win-win. You also have this huge guy on board that's a constant threat. I guess if your opponent can answer it though, you lose. You're probably putting your entire life into this.
Or maybe
in
not.
other words, what I'm understanding is, if you get through all the hoops, you win the game.
Sure.
Unless your opponent, just has. There's no way this is played. Like, are you serious?
They need this banished or else.
Like this is
okay,
crazy
detonator.
shit. What is this?
They
Holy
don't need me to activate an
It's
effect.
very Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to
What?
give it that.
This is like, guys, you can win the game, or you can win the game so extravagantly that your opponent may like never talk to you ever again.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel great for
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Isn't that great?
But I mean, for you, for that one moment, if your entire life is this thing, then yes. I can't, like, I'm gonna go with probably not playable. But I mean, in reality, it's like, if you get this thing on board, you probably win the game.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know if that's the case. You can just remove it. Like, your opponent can go through all of this, and then you can just be like, yeah, so I'm just gonna remove the minion, and then you just lose.
Okay, final
So,
answer.
I'm gonna go with it's not good. Yeah, like, I just feel like, the fact that it doesn't have immune, the last guy, like, I mean, hold on, let me read C1000 again. Just so I can see.
He gets 10,000 from the Chaos.
You can teach one to destroy one other monster. Like, that's good. You can kill something. You have to destroy many monsters on the field as possible. I mean, that one actually seems good. Because, like, the one after is just like, yeah, you just win the game. Like, I mean,
That's
unless
the
your opponent
worst
has
thing
any
we could have
sort of,
possibly drawn.
So, but maybe that one's actually, damn, looks tough, man. Because like, I would have to see it. Like, is the deck playable? Is this too many steps? This seems like a lot of steps. Like you have to have everything on lock. Then you also have to think this also like you're just hoping your opponent doesn't play the game. If they stop any one of these, like you're just fucked. No, okay, there's no way. No, not playable.
Final answer.
Final answer.
What if I told you this is
Wait,
Is that crazy?
it actually would be crazy, but I'm gonna like what is it actually that consistent that you can do it? That's what it comes down to for me.
The thing is, only part of what I'm showing you is actually played. So, funny enough...
There's more!
No, I'm not going to show you anything else. I'm going to give your brain a rest. So, you're correct. This is, like, never happening. You were never doing this. I'm pretty sure this is from the anime, to be honest, which, you know, goes with your philosophy and everything from the anime is bad. I did not watch this part of the anime because this is, like, the newer stuff and I was not into it. So I can't say for sure. I'm sure people can lore dump in the comments. That's fine. However, Numeron Network and Numeron Calling were actually cards that did see play. Because they enable you to play this Go Second style of deck that basically what the cards do is that when you play all four of them, I'm not showing you them here, but let me actually pull one up. Because they all basically have the same effects, you only have to read one. Give this card a quick pick.
I say like I'm very grateful that Hearthstone just does their effects. Like yeah, like the first time you read the box, it might just be like, what the fuck is that? What does that even mean? You see it once and you're like, okay, I get what you're going through. This is just holy shit. Number one Numeron Gate Ecam?
No, sure.
That's a K,
I don't
right?
fucking
Yeah,
know. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, cannot be 3 level 1 monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. At the end of your damage step, at the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can attach 1 to this card, double attack of all Numeron monsters. Get a turn.
So, with the Numeron Network, or excuse me, the Numeron Calling, you can see it's a special summon up to 4 Numeron Gaming Seas monsters with different names from your extra deck. There are numbers 2, 3, and 4 that also are, they're different names, but they have almost this exact same effect, where they double the attack of everything. So there's actually a going second OTK deck that uses this card, where you go Numeron Calling, summon 4 of these guys, then you go to battle phase, you go attack with the first one. Doesn't matter, as long as your opponent has an open board or maybe like 1 card on the, or 1 monster on the field, you're gonna kill them. Because you attack with this one, it's gonna double the attack of all of them. So now they go up to 2,000. You attack with the second one, it doubles them again, so now the remaining 2 are 4,000 attack. You attack with the third one, and it doubles the attack again, so the final one has 8,000 attack, and by that point, you should just be able to kill your opponent, because that last one has 8,000 attack.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that was actually a really
damn
like,
it.
second deck that you could play, that if your opponent, like, let's say you, like, Harpy's Feather Duster them, or just, like, clear their back row or whatever, you go Numeron Calling, summon the guys, attack, win the game. It's over in an instant, right? So pretty cool.
Okay.
But going through all the hoops with, like, Chaos Gate, Sunya, Numeron Chaos Ritual, and I'm sure I messed something up with this combo, but it's just like, why would you go through all this effort?
One
And
more,
like
I
you said, the
guess.
big payoff guide, like, just dies to, like, anything. Like, it doesn't even have, like, protection. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, so just very, like, grandiose anime style of card. It's funny because it says it gains 100,000 attack and defense, which is, like, absurd, obviously. So it's fun in that regard, but very... this card is, like, never... I'll be totally honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so...
That makes sense.
So as you've learned, alternate win conditions in Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe Sans Exodia and Final Countdown are not particularly good in our game. There's also plenty others I didn't even show you. Because I picked these because they were kind of like the most fun of the bunch. But what do you think?
My brain hurts. Cool game, man. love Yu-Gi-Oh!
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shout1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Midolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, The Synchro Guy, Pony Stark, Dan the Man Hobbit, Little Fadeleaf, Draconic, Dylan Rare Hunter, JW11860, Flannel Daddy, literally all of the guinea pigs, Cheeks McLafferty, Stolfin Amethyst, MBT Cancel Bio Community soon, Cancel Bio Committee soon, Cancel Bio Player soon, Wonder Waffle, MBT and Nimnims, One Boxer Brief Fueled Knight of Passion, Daniel Howell, Electrician of the Ice Barrier, Astro Random, Arco, and the Nova129. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and we will see you next time.
Well then. They drew the one off. Aren't they just the most skilled player? Why? Oh, right, because they can't banish. Yikes. The fuck can we do? Wait, what? Wait, what? That's kind of a baller choice, not gonna lie. I mean, they can't add a 500 body. I can't negate anymore, but who cares? They can't add a 500 body without their effects. If there is something I have to negate, I have Forbidden Droplet. At least you can get your unicorn out. Probably wasn't a very smart idea on my end. Well, it wasn't an Ash Blossom, but it still did have 1800. Why is it Unicorn activating? Why are they not activating Unicorn? Nice. I hope that last card is useless. Good. Ah. What fucking possessed them to choose to go second there? They could have very easily won that if they didn't bluff going fucking second. Anyway, that's enough. My heart can't handle Yu-Gi-Oh, man. If let's go spectate. They haven't started yet. Is there a way to know if if a duel has started yet or not? What do these little tag thingies mean? What about this? Oh, let's go. I'm rooting for the Drytron player here. Why is everything face down? Or they're probably just loading, I guess. And yeah, is this actually a fucking dual timer? Makes me want to play Edison again whenever I hear this song. Okay, I don't think the duel's loading properly. At least we know stuff happens in these, where there's already a marker. Fortunately, they're in the middle of siding. They finished. Nice. You know, I'm really not a big fan of the backgrounds. I was considering maybe getting my own stuff, but honestly, oh, just blank space. Honestly, yeah, this rocks. They're playing super heavy. Well, at least we know it's not ranked, I guess. Or who knows, maybe super heavy's actually a contender. I'd love it. I'd love any pendulum deck to be. This Perulia's doing nothing. But might do something. No. They're not summoning the Bestial. They went Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Now that is certainly a card. Out of all of the cards out there, that is certainly one of them. Because, oh my god, it's fucking dumb. Okay, well now we know what this guy's playing. There you go. They pendulumed. I just realized, yeah, Perulia really hates pendulums. Not a big fan of summoning Bestial Magnemut without it not on its own effect, because you won't be able to get your search in the end phase, which is like really important. But if the strategy apparently doesn't need it, then now we do got to watch out for a Fenrir. We at least know there's a Fenrir to watch out for. But I think they're actually just going for the combo here. Not placing the field spell down yet. Emblema Oath, send Atri, yep. Atri, summon. Synchro into the level 12 that searches the thingy. Okay. Using Lubellion instead of Primus? I mean, it's useless, but it can stay on the field. Oh. They're also playing Cash... Why is everyone playing Kashtira? Everywhere I look, it's Kashtira! Going into Crimson Dragon now? Here it comes. Do they have Synchro Rumble? They do. Oh no wait, that wasn't the Rumble search. Good. Rumble's a bad card. And they got one more Synchro out. Seems like it. Gave their opponent 3 draws. Apparently they thought that was whatever they're doing is well worth the effort. Oh. Bit of a misplay, honestly. Masquerena should have been placed here to protect Auxilla. Crystron Cash. Wait, when does it come back? They do come back, right? Until your next standby phase. Okay. How lovely. We just took out a Fenrir. Oh! Wait, that does nothing. Why would you do that? Oh! Friendly reminder, she... The combo starter Centurion lady whose name I fucking don't remember right now. Protects all back row. Not just the field spell. Alright, Crystron player going first now. It is kinda crazy to think that turn 1 it's still possible to just not care no matter how many cards your opponent draws. You know, you can just set up a board where every card in their hand, deck, graveyard, banishment, extra deck, outside the game, in their binder, would just not be able to do anything. Case in point, Vanity's Ruler. That was probably a good choice. They do still have extension. Going for the trap. Are we gonna pop it? Ooh! Draw 2 cards. I understand the appeal. They either just bricked really hard. Yeah, I think they bricked really hard, but more often than not, turn 1, I'd prefer looking at the opponent's hand. You draw 2 when your hand's already good, or if you're just really desperate. Although in this case, they bricked those 2 cards that weren't a guarantee that they'd be able to play past the effect veiling of this guy. I would have just looked at their hand, honestly. Just look at these extra 2 cards they were probably never gonna be able to play anyways. Okay. Pop the unicorn before it can get the stupid continuous spell. Crystron is a bit of a low to the ground deck. It combos quite a lot, so I struggle to call it mid-range. But it can get away with playing a small board like this from getting interrupted just fine. So really, this is anyone's game here. But yeah, Super Heavy Samurai and Crystron, and they're actually having a somewhat fair fight. This format is awesome. It's kind of a shame that it's probably not gonna be very awesome anymore when Alliance Insight comes out. For the most part, I really don't think the new support for Ryzeal is gonna do much. But Malice is definitely gonna appreciate the new extenders and the play starters. Like I said, normal summon any hand trap, Salamangrate, or maybe Hornet drones into Link Spider is viable as long as you have fucking backup at Ignister Lady. Going into Auxillo with fucking Molchar Mifuwaros. It was probably the 6th card they drew. That is depressing. Well, they can get rid of this guy, but do you want to? Yeah, it doesn't do anything in the grave. Oh, yikes. Oh no, wait, it's protected right now. Sucks. Well, I mean, let's not get our balls up in a tizzy here. The Centurion Super Heavy player is fucking losing. Is struggling. I should try Crestron. I need to learn more about this deck since it's surprisingly popular here in YG Omega. At least in Silver. Yep. Rip super heavy. Hey, they won a game. Yeah, let me go... How do you spell Crestron? Alright, there's no H. Of course there's no H. Doesn't mean a Kashtira Crestron. There you go, Kashtira Crestron. People are playing the Adventurer package. Okay, wow. Yeah, there's a surprising amount of people playing Crestron. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of a ridiculous game, isn't it? I've never seen any card games so heavily encourage playing the meta. Quite like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, the meta game is literally the most important part of the game. Let's compare this to like a different thing, not even like a card game, like Advance Wars. I mean, yeah, there's tiers there as well, but at least since new characters aren't always coming out, the tier format actually works. With the static lineup. But anyway, past that, I mean, you could argue there is still a meta game, because depending on the maps in rotation right now, people like to lab out which character is the best in that map. In what specific tier? Like, for example, Max is like really good in this map for tier 2. Or is he tier 1? I don't remember. Because it's like a really open map where he can just benefit from the thingy. I'm not actually sure if they benefit from having an open field. I'm not saying it's bad. Although I'm sure some people are just dying to twist my words into saying that I think the game is bad. I would not be fucking torturing myself trying to get to platinum right now if I did hate this game. I hate the OCG and Master Duel, but those are just formats and I don't really mind, honestly. I can get Max Seed just fine. It's just, why would I choose to play in a format with Max Seed when I can play in a format without it? Wait. Can we Roast Dragon here? They're actually playing Superstar Slayer here. Actually, since this reached top 4, I need to know what it was up against. A whole bunch, not much is known yet, but there was a lot of Malice. No Ryzeal though. It might be safe to assume there was at least one Ryzeal here. At the very least, we know this deck can fight against Malice. Can hold its own against Malice. Here's a 42 size one. I do just kind of want to copy this one. It says it's Azamina, but it's running a lot less Azamina cards than I was expecting. It's just a big pile of garbage, ain't it? 3 Ghost Bell. What kind of format are we playing in here? Or someone would genuinely think this is a good idea. Oh. Yeah. I guess. Cryzeal at the very bottom. That's really weird. This time there's no Malice. In top cut. The winner is Blue Eyes Primite. Let's fucking go. They're playing the fucking fusion, the quick play fusion thing. As well as Jet Dragon. You see, I want to play Jet Dragon and Ultimate Fusion, but at the same time, it's so hard to justify. It really is. It's too hard to justify. Like, without Blue Eyes and Jet Dragon, here's how many Pseudo Garnets we're running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, that's a ridiculous amount. And I have like a fucking fear of pseudo garnets, much less actual garnets. Like, I try to minimize those as much as possible. So like 5 maximum, and if I am running a higher garnet ratio, 2 to 3 is the ideal. Obviously no garnets would be the best, but 2 to 3. Otherwise I increase my deck size just to ever so slightly tip the scales in my favor, and even then, not by much. Cryzeal is also playing a couple of pseudo garnets, cards that you want to search rather than draw into. Like, obviously the trap card's a pretty bad draw. I'd argue the field spell's also really bad. Even if you are able to draw a bunch of Cryzeal cards with it, you still would have preferred if this were like just another straight up name, or even better, just a hand trap directly. I might want to try this out, honestly. What does Ultimate Fusion do for us again? Fusion summon from the extra deck. Shuffling fusion materials from the hand, field, graveyard. Destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of blue eyes used as material from the field. So it's a more versatile kind of Majesty of White Dragons. Plus the shuffling thingy could be really good recursion. And the recursion is a really important thing. I'm a big fan of running more than one copy of Primite Drill Beam. You're going to brick on Blue Eyes occasionally, so why not, right? Make it less of a brick by having Drill Beam. Have better chances of being drawn alongside it. This is a ridiculously small amount of synchros. Actually, no, it's pretty typical. Tyrant dragons. Funny. Yeah, I do like decks like these. Not a fan of running Myriologic Aggregator just so you can send it off of Ultimate Slayer. Yeah, with Ryzeal being pretty dominant right now, it is a very justifiable choice. It's just we're running a tight ship here. Is this really worth it? Here's the Crystron with the adventure package. I don't dig it, honestly. I'm not a big fan of the the adventure package. Water Enchantress is cute, but I don't care. Meta before host, apparently for me. I mean, it did top, so despite... I mean, it was only top 8. See what it was up against. Oh, right, this is from the same tournament. So both variants of Crystron made it to top 8. Only getting triumphed over by the obvious contender right now, which is Blue Eyes. Cause, yeah, I do think Blue Eyes is... So I do believe we do have a trio contending at the current meta, not just Ryzeal and Malice. I don't simp as hard, so don't get me wrong. Like I don't have that much nostalgia for the anime or Blue Eyes and stuff. I really do just believe in the strength of Blue Eyes with the new support. Three Ghost Ogres. Now that's whack. Someone really doesn't like Malice. I say you should have reversed your fucking shit here. You're not running fucking thingy, and you do want your Crystrons in the graveyard, so why not, right? Fucking do 3 Chaos Hunter. No, fuck it. If you really hated Malice, you should have gone 3-3. Like, who needs Nibiru with 3? Like, sometimes it literally does nothing because people are fucking cowards and they don't want to overextend. Now this is a more standard pie chart. It is really weird to see Malice and Ryzeal. But why is Crystron? Why are there so many Crystrons? So whack. I'll try these out next time. For now, I'm gonna go do my other stuffs. Yeah, we should probably copy and paste them. Blue Eyes with Ultimate Fusion? Seems pretty interesting to me. It isn't entirely bad to run 3 Blue Eyes. It's just not very justifiable. Like, yeah, you get 1 extra pop off of your trap. Whoopee. The cost, though, is that you have an extra Garnet. Here we go. It's only the purest retards who's really gonna be doing stuff like that at the end of the day. don't like Ghost Bell. You know what? Maybe I'll keep Ghost Bell. Was Bestial really that much of a threat? Then... I don't know, Judgment? Do we really need to insulate ourselves going first? If we're going first, we just want to draw as much of our thingy as possible, right? Just want to insulate ourselves with some hand traps. Yeah, I suppose. Speaking of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 hand traps. For a total of 20 non-engine. No triple tactics. Ghost Bells. Earth. Alright. I'm not a fan of not having a backup in case Ash Blossom blows up in our face. Really not a fan of that. This card is way more justifiable in Master Duel where it's only best of one. Because rest of this duel is not that big a deal when your duel is only one game. If Dominus Purge activates from your hand on the first round, your Ash Blossom is dead. Oh, and also Super Star Slayer can't do anything alongside Myria Logic. Is Dominus really worth it? Yeah, you can't called by it, but there's only one called by anyways. I'm gonna try not running Dominus in this variant. Or maybe I do, because I don't really know what to do. This variant as well as this one are the two that stands out to me. Every other variant is just a variant of Cash Tira Crystron. I don't understand why YG Omega does this. What the fuck is Crystron anyways? Yeah, it's a big archetype. However, nobody plays the old cards. Well, that other variant I saw did play quite a lot of the names. Lion, but with an R. Here's all the new support ones. Cards that are pretty much a 3-off in every modern variant. Why? Since when was this card unbanned? I mean, I guess it got errated or something, right? Doesn't seem that bad. This is purely here for time reasons, isn't it? It's gonna be useless.